It's a dream first title defense, pound for pound number one. Get him back for Volk. We saw what Volk did to him. I'm gonna get him. He's too little. He's too little. I'm gonna get him. Jack Della, Maddalena. Islam is too little.
I think I can take him out. I think. But Bilal really just changes stances a lot, walks forward. But I think if I can have someone that just stays in the same stance, and I don't think Islam's the very good striker. I think I could land a lot of shots, and I think I could take him out.
Wow.
Stuff for takedowns. If I get taken down, I believe I can get back to my feet.
Jack Della Maddalena issued a bold statement ahead of his clash with Islam Makhachev, calling the Dagestani champion too little for him, and warning that the size difference would be clear on fight night. On the other hand, Joe Rogan responded with a different view, praising Makhachev's surprising size and strength at lightweight. He said it always shocks him that Islam can make 155 pounds, pointing to his thick frame and vice-like grip that creates relentless pressure once he latches onto an opponent.
Yeah. You know, like Islam's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He's big, dude.
Yeah.
When I interview him in the cage afterwards, I'm always like, how?
Really?
How are you 155?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
How?
I know.
He's thick as fuck. He's got a giant back.
Yeah.
And when he gets a hold of guys, it's like he's just got this leverage, this grappling squeeze that...
Rogan also praised Islam's evolving striking, calling it more than just a backup to his wrestling. He highlighted Makhachev's head kick knockout of Volkanovski as proof of his timing and cage IQ, noting how risky it was for Volk to accept the fight on short notice against someone that dangerous.
And he's also, his striking has leveled up significantly. Like his striking is much, much better than it was when he was younger. He's a threat everywhere. Like when he knocked out Volk with that high kick.
Yeah.
And
That was
crazy. But granted, if I was in
10
Volk's
days.
corner, I would say, no.
I know.
You're not taking it. You've been fucking drinking beer and eating kebabs. Like, there's no way you're taking this fight on 10 days' notice. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how much you like fighting. That's a crazy thing. I don't care how much money they're paying you. Because you look at the slide that his career took, right? He arguably won that first fight with Islam. Very close fight.
However, Jack Della Maddalena stayed confident, pointing out what he sees as flaws in Islam's game. He emphasized that Islam rarely switches stances, giving him predictable openings to land punches. He added that he's not worried about getting taken down because he trusts his ability to get back to his feet.
I think I can take him out. I think. But Bilal really just changes stances a lot, walks forward. But I think if I can have someone that just stays in the same stance, and I don't think Islam's the very good striker. I think I could land a lot of shots, and I think I could take him out.
Wow.
Stuff for takedowns. If I get taken down, I believe I can get back to my feet.
Jack also said he plans to consult Alexander Volkanovski before the fight. After spending time with him following Volk's fights with Islam, Jack considers him a valuable source of knowledge and intends to use his insight to build a smarter game plan.
So Volkanovski's obviously fought him before.
Yep.
Will you pick Volk's brain?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely plan. After the last two fights, I've spent a bit of time in Wollongong. So yeah, I think probably the first stop, we go to Wollongong, talk to Volk, see what he reckons.
For his part, Islam Makhachev acknowledged that Jack is a legitimate challenge. He admitted Jack has significantly improved his wrestling, turning a previous weakness into a strength. Islam credited Jack's growth as the reason he's now considered a serious contender and said he's excited to face him to see who's the true best in the world.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard fight. Honestly, it's gonna be. I saw his fight against Bilal. He's good, man. He's good. When he beginning fighting in UFC, he had problem with the wrestling, but now he's improved because I see he training a lot with the wrestlers, with the grapplers, and that's why he's a champion right now, and he's good everywhere. But we will see who is the best fighter in the world.
Yeah,
very soon.
Yeah.
And it's going very quick.
Despite his confidence, Jack Della Maddalena admitted Islam appears naturally big and will probably transition well to 170 pounds. However, he rejected the idea that Islam will easily dominate him on the ground and said he's not buying into that narrative.
Yeah, but I'm sure people are just going to assume that Islam will just take me down and submit me pretty quickly.
Do you think he'll be big enough for 170?
I think he just seems like a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
I think he'll be alright.
Yeah.
Moreover, Gilbert Burns backed Islam's move to welterweight, saying he should have been there all along because of his tough weight cuts at 155. Burns called Islam one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, but admitted that Jack presents real problems. He pointed to Jack's training with elite names like Craig Jones and Volkanovski as a major factor and expects a close and difficult fight.
Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proven himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Javier Mendez, Islam's coach, made it clear that they are not underestimating Jack Della Maddalena. He said anyone who thinks Jack is an easy fight hasn't been paying attention. Mendez praised Jack's grit, especially in his fight with Belal Muhammad, and said the team, including Khabib Nurmagomedov, knows how dangerous Jack can be.
You know, if we as coaches think Jack is easier, we're stupid.
Yep.
We are very stupid. Then we didn't watch the Belal fight, because Belal can take a hell of a shot. He can take a hell of a shot, and he took him. And he gave him two. Belal gave him two. So it was a war. That fight was a war. And you know what? For us to think it's an easy fight for us, you know, what kind of idiot coaches are we? Habib's not an idiot, and neither am I. And neither is Magomed, neither is Saif Safullah, and Muhammad, the other coaches that they work with Islam. We're not stupid.
Daniel Cormier warned Islam Makhachev to tighten up his wrestling before facing Jack. He noted how difficult it was for Islam to take down Dustin Poirier, and stressed that Jack's recent takedown defense has looked elite. Cormier believes Islam must improve his control and setups to avoid problems against someone as sharp as Jack.
Islam Jack is going to be a great fight, especially seeing Jack defend takedowns in the way that he did. And Islam, he struggled a little to take down Dustin Poirier. He didn't take him down as easily as he had taken down other guys. So I think that for Makhachev, he needs to really lock in on getting that wrestling ready to fight a guy in Jack Della Maddalena who showed great takedown defense. And man, this dude's got some good boxing, especially when you're in tight with him. His hands are good in close.
Sean O'Malley called Islam versus Jack a high-level contest, but still sees a potential Islam versus Topuria bout as a bigger event. He praised Islam's victory over Belal Muhammad and said it brought even more attention to a matchup with Jack. O'Malley warned that if Jack stuffs takedowns and lands clean shots, things could get interesting.
Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev.
I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Belal was very impressive. Made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude is slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA.
Big belt, who gives him that?
Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as Ilya versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Charles Oliveira viewed Jack Della Maddalena as a serious threat due to his calculated approach. He noted how Jack slowly broke down Belal Muhammad rather than rushing for a quick win. However, Oliveira still expects Islam to rely on his grappling and believes the fight's outcome will depend on whether Jack can stay on his feet and keep striking.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo é o time.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.